I am here to say we got to stop looking away when our girls are crying out for help in our own homes, y'all. We got to stop ignoring the signs, y'all, because it starts with a slam door and it ends with a casket, y'all. You right. That child didn't just run away for fun. She was fleeing from chaos, from neglect, maybe even abuse. And in the process of trying to escape one monster, y'all, she ran into another one. And let me tell you what hurts the most. She didn't have nobody to protect her. Not the streets, not the justice system, not even the grown-ups in her life. Now we're sitting here reading headlines, watching trials, and hearing them call it a relationship. Like she wasn't a child being passed around between predators. My heart breaks for her because she should have been at school. She should have even been on TikTok. She should have been at home in a safe home. But instead, she's a case file, a casualty tale, a cautionary tale. A victim with no second chance. To all the mothers out there, if your daughter is acting out, running away, fighting, dressing wild, ask yourself, what is she trying to survive? What is she trying to escape? Because this ain't about makeup or rebellion. It's about survival. It's about trauma. It's about how fast we lose our girls when we ignore the signs. That 14-year-old story should shake you. Let it make you check your own kids, your own niece, your own daughter, your own neighborhood. Because sometimes they're not being bad. They're being broken. And then you need to see it before the world does, man. Rest in power to that baby girl. We failed you.
Prosecutors say that Walker was mad that his relationship with Nilexia had been exposed.
They cannot see your future. They cannot see your vision. They cannot. They don't have the vision that you have. You are unique. You are powerful. You are one of one. Ain't nobody out here like you, boo. You know that. You can't operate what people gonna say about you. You gotta operate with your vision because they know your greatness is gonna rise, baby. Ooh, now, baby, let me tell y'all what we not finna do today. We are not finna act like this ain't one of the most disgusting, heartbreaking, gut-twisting trials we done seen in a very long time. I said it, and I'm standing on that, y'all. The devil has been very busy, and his name might just be Ronnie Walker. Yes, honey, a 14-year-old girl, 14, not 24, y'all, not 34, 14. She was still in 9th grade, y'all, still figuring out how to wrap her hair at night and learn how to do algebra. Are you understanding what I'm saying? But instead of protection, instead of mentorship, she ran straight into the arms of a grown chaos. She had ran away before, y'all. That baby was crying out for help. And the streets answered her back with death. Honey, May the 16th, 2022, a day of demonic energy. That girl was shot 6 times. 6 times. And the final shot, 1 to the head, baby. That wasn't a scare tactic. That wasn't a warning. That was execution. Do you hear what I'm saying? They are executing our little girls. These grown, dusty men are executing our little girls. And what are we doing about this, y'all? And guess what the prosecutors are saying? They say Ronnie was mad. He caught something from that baby girl. He said, and he gave it to his girlfriend, okay? Lord, the rage, the ego, and the filth of it all. The state says Ronnie Walker had a relationship with that 14-year-old girl, a child. And when word got out, y'all, when the streets tea started boiling, when the symptoms started itching, and the girl he lived with started accusing, that's when he snapped. Not only did he allegedly kill that girl, he tried to clean the blood from his car like it was a damn oil stain, y'all. This is what predators do when they get real sloppy. Now, enter stage left, Robert. The other man in the car, he's now saying Ronnie did it. But the defense ain't buying that shit. They say the police bullied Robert into changing his story. That is what they're trying to make us believe. They say he wasn't credible. Baby, all I'm asking is, who raised these men? Who raised these men, y'all? What? Who sits in a car with a dead 14-year-old, then flips their story like a burger patty to stay out of prison? Honey, defense say it wasn't Ronnie. They say it was Robert. They say he was the one talking to the 14-year-old girl days before the murder. They say he was about to go back to jail and he lied to save his own skin. They say the blood evidence ain't clean cut. They say the police whispered the whole story in his ear and he just started repeating back like a trained dog. But one thing is not in the dispute: that baby, that 14-year-old girl. She was shot 6 times and somebody in that car, somebody grown, ended her life. Ain't no justice in this world that will bring her back. But there damn sure better be justice that makes somebody pay. I think both of them should be locked up in prison. What do y'all think? I say life or the death penalty for both. Comment, let me know. Come on now, let's get these likes up, y'all. We got to talk about this and spread this because this is horrific. This case ain't just about that 14-year-old girl. It's about we fail Black girls who run away, y'all. The way we label them as fast, the way we say, oh, she grown now, when she really just need help. They are screaming for help. And the way some of y'all protect predators until it's your own daughter lining that damn casket. Come on now. I'm so tired. I am broken and I'm just pissed off mad. So to Ronnie Walker, if you did this, the blood is on your hand and your soul. And to Robert, if you watched it happen and you watched it happen and said nothing, your cowardice is just as deadly. And to the courtroom, I pray y'all see through the damn fogs, okay? A 14-year-old baby lost her life, y'all. Oh my God. Don't you dare let her death become another overlooked hashtag. Rest in peace, Alexandria. The system failed you and the men failed you, but the truth is coming for everybody involved. Do you hear what I'm saying? And also, you guys know I got to do my clapbacks. I'm looking around here and I'm seeing what people are saying in these comment section. And let me just tell you, people are upset and they are disgusted and they have every right to, and everybody need to speak out about this. Okay, this needs to be everywhere, baby, because this is horrific. All right. Now, some people are saying this: you cannot have a relationship with a 14-year-old. You cannot. You cannot have, the way in the news how they were trying to paint this as this is a relationship. It's impossible. You cannot have a relationship with a 14-year-old. Okay? Not a little situation. Not she was mature for her age moment. No, not a soul tie, not a trauma bond. It's predatory, y'all. It's illegal and it's sick. Let me ask y'all something real quick. What does a grown man with fully developed brain, bills in his name, and access to a car want with a 14-year-old child? A 14-year-old don't know nothing about taxes, trauma healing, consent, therapy, or boundaries. She barely knew how to spell relationship, let alone survive one. That's not a partner. That is a victim, baby. And when a grown man crosses that line, he ain't no lover. He's a predator dressed in sneakers and a sweet mouth. Now the world want to act confused, talking about, well, she ran away. She was fast. She knew what she was doing. Baby, please. The devil is a lie. And so is anybody accusing her of that behavior, okay? And anybody that is excusing that man for what he did for that behavior as well. Children do childish things. Let's say it again. Children do childish things. Grown men are supposed to know better. If she was 14, he was supposed to be a barrier, not a bullet to her future. A grown man calling that a relationship is like calling a robbery a friendship. No, you took something that do not belong to you, period. So let's make it crystal clear for the ones in the back. You cannot date a child. You cannot sleep with a child. You cannot love a child like a partner. You cannot confuse when the courtroom says guilty, okay? If you're old enough to drive her somewhere and you're old enough to drive yourself to therapy, because what you're doing ain't love, baby. It's control. It's grooming. It's a crime. And I don't care how cute she looks. I don't care what she said. I don't care what the mama didn't do. It's on you to step back. It's on you to step back. It's on you to walk away, man. It's on you to walk away, grown self, grown person. So don't talk to me about relationship with minors. Don't talk to me about charges, convictions, and consequences. That's what you need to talk to me about, okay? Talk to me about them charges. Talk to me about convictions and consequences. Don't you talk to me about a relationship with a minor, but that's what you can talk to me about because you cannot protect her. Then you, honey, if you can't protect her, you have no right to touch her, okay? Honey, let me pop a fan to that. Let me pop a fan to that, okay? So many people have so much stuff to say, and I don't blame them. Another person has this to say. They said it was never confirmed that she had a STD. Can we talk about that? That is just something what the man, the murderer, and his lawyer are claiming. So they making up shit. They lying like they always do. And baby, let's be very clear. Just because a predator says it, don't make it true. Just because a defense attorney claims something in court, don't mean it's evidence. You think we're gonna let that same man accused of murdering a 14-year-old child be the one who defines her reputation and death? I think not. Because that's exactly how they do our babies, especially our little black girls. They kill them in real life, then assassinate their character in the courtroom. And let me ask y'all this. Where's the medical proof? Where's the medical proof? Where's the autopsy documentation that confirms any type of STD transmission? Where is the evidence? There is none. What there is a desperate man facing the death penalty. That's what it is. Trying to spear a child's name, a child he preyed on, just to save his own demonic hide. Okay? It's a classic abuser manipulation. Blame the victim, shame the child. Make her the problem while he plays like he's the hero. And we supposed to believe his story? Come on now. Sir, you had a 14-year-old in your car, not once, but very often. You pulled that trigger 6 times. And now you want to sit up in the courtroom and talk about Oh, she gave me something as if that justifies murder? Let's break it down like this. Even if, and that's a big if, she had something. You don't get to take someone's life over it, man. That's not justice. That's not self-defense. That's homicide, and that's a coward. And the fact that the defense even threw that out there just tells me, it tells you how dirty they're willing to play, y'all. They don't want justice. They want distractions. They want the jury to stop seeing a child and start seeing a problem. But baby, we're not blind and we're not buying it. That was a child. A vulnerable, struggling little girl who needed guidance and not bullets. Who needed love, not manipulation. Who needed protection, not someone to prey on them. So to anyone trying to push that narrative, sit down, be quiet, and stop repeating a killer strip like it's gospel, y'all. Because until there's hard proof, all that talk about STDs is just smoke. Do you hear me? Meant to cloud the fact that a grown man executed a baby girl. We're not letting that get lost in translation. Okay? We are not. Honey, I am too through. People also are saying this. They said it sucks. She was clearly running away from something in her home, y'all. Looking at the mama, she was most likely abusive towards her daughter because she was pretty. Father wasn't around. Mama looks like the type. She meets a sicko and loses her life. My heart goes out to that girl. And what I gotta say to that comment, woo, can we talk about it, y'all? Can we talk about that? Because what you just said, that was heavy. That was real. And unfortunately, that's the part nobody wants to talk about. Yes, that baby girl ran away. Yes, she was in the streets. Yes, she ended up around predators. But before she ran, she was running from something. And a lot of y'all know exactly what that something looks like. Some of y'all had a mama who resented you because you were pretty, because you reminded her of your daddy, because you had dreams and she gave up on, because your light triggered her darkness. Let's keep it real now. Some of these mothers break their daughters before the world even get the chance to. And then when tragedy strikes, they want to light a candle and play victim. Now, let me be clear. I'm not here to drag this grieving mama because Lord knows nobody deserves to lose a child. But I am here to say we got to stop looking away when our girls are crying out for help in our own homes, y'all. We got to stop ignoring the signs, y'all, because it starts with a slam door and it ends with a casket, y'all. You right. That child didn't just run away for fun. She was fleeing from chaos, from neglect, maybe even abuse. And in the process of trying to escape one monster, y'all, she ran into another one. And let me tell you what hurts the most. She didn't have nobody to protect her. Not the streets, not the justice system, not even the grown-ups in her life. Now we're sitting here reading headlines, watching trials, and hearing them call it a relationship. Like she wasn't a child being passed around between predators. My heart breaks for her because she should have been at school. She should have even been on TikTok. She should have been at home in a safe home. But instead, she's a case file, a casualty tale, a cautionary tale, a victim with no second chance. To all the mothers out there, if your daughter is acting out, running away, fighting, dressing wild, ask yourself, What is she trying to survive? What is she trying to escape? Because this ain't about makeup or rebellion. It's about survival. It's about trauma. It's about how fast we lose our girls when we ignore the signs. That 14-year-old story should shake you. Let it make you check your own kids, your own niece, your own daughter, your own neighborhood. Because sometimes they're not being bad. They're being broken. And then you need to see it before the world does, man. Rest in power to that baby girl. We failed you. My goodness, my goodness. Let's get the likes up in here. Come on, y'all. We got to share the message. And we need you guys to comment. Come on. Come on. And it's so heartbreaking if you hear the news and how they try to talk about this as a relationship. It just makes me sick. Did you guys hear that? And I got to say something about that. Let me make it very, very clear. This was not a relationship. It was rape. It was evil. And I don't care how many times the devil had on in court. How many words this lawyer tried to twist it. You do not date a child. You destroyed a child. A 14-year-old, she had barely started her life, y'all. Barely lived through puberty. Couldn't sign a lease. Couldn't buy cigarettes. Couldn't drive. But y'all want to frame her like she was grown enough to be somebody's girlfriend? What the hell? You sound demonic, delusional, and downright dangerous. Let's talk about why they keep doing this. Because when the victim is a black girl, when they don't see a child, they see someone to blame, someone to sexualize, someone to silence when she's no longer around to speak up for herself. That baby was killed 6 times shot, once in the head, and they're still trying to find a way to protect the monster who did it. And they said he was mad because she gave him an STD. Let's stop there. Even if that was true, which is not true, it's no proof, no evidence. But I mean, even if it was, that still don't give you a right to murder a child. That's not heartbreak. That's not revenge. That's the demonic spirit walking on 2 legs. That's what that is. And don't get me started on the media, y'all. Okay? Using soft language like relationship and witness, confusion. Baby, that ain't no confusion. That's a cover-up. The defense called it a misunderstanding. That's what the defense called it. The only thing misunderstood here is why his tail ain't already under the jail. Come on, y'all. Let's get the likes up because you know I'm telling right. Stop calling it love when it's lust. Stop calling it a relationship when it's a rape case. And stop calling him jealous. Call him what he is, a predator and a killer. Okay? So here's what we're doing. We're going to say her name. Alexandria, Miss Alexandria. Okay? We're going to protect her legacy. And we are going to hold the media, the defense, and everybody who called this relationship accountable. Okay? And to every news anchor out there, defense lawyer, dusty commentator out here spinning the story. If your words cannot protect a 14-year-old baby girl, maybe you shouldn't be behind a mic at all. Because the next time y'all call a child, victim, a girlfriend instead of a survivor, you not only slap her family in the face, you hand the next predator a microphone, okay? Yes, you do. Yes, you do. So, honey, Gigi says this. We rebuke it, we expose it, and we drag it. We pop our fan. in the face of the devil, and we stand on business. No child deserved to be remembered as some man's ex. She was a girl. She was a daughter, a soul, a seed of purpose, and now she's gone. And the world better be ready to pay for that silence. Do you hear me? I'm out.